Welcome to the Team 105 website. Today, the purpose of our activity is for you to get familiar with how we can enter reading logs this year. I'm very excited this year to have a new website and to see how we can integrate technology into the classroom. And that first step being that now you are going to have the opportunity to enter all of your reading minutes online. So when you enter the Room 105 website, which can be found at crisafullyteam105.blogspot.com or through Crisafully teacher pages on their website, this is the page that you will come to. And so you will see right here, this is our home page. Team 105 blog and classroom updates will be right here, as well as my profile. And then up at the top, you will notice home, homework routines, math, and science. For reading logs, you will need to access homework routines. So when you get here, you will click on the tab, homework routines. And immediately you will be brought to our homework routines page. At the top in blue, you will see any special assignments that we are currently working on. These are assignments that we don't typically do, but you have extra projects for science or book reports, that kind of stuff. And then down here you'll see regular weekly assignments. Wednesday is the day that I ask that you have all of your reading minutes for the week entered. So Wednesday to Wednesday. And you'll notice that reading logs due is actually in blue. When you see letters like that and you put your mouse over it, you'll see a little line comes underneath it. That's because that is a hyperlink. And if I click those words, it will bring me to the website that I need to enter for my reading logs. So I'm just going to click on this here. And immediately you will see Reading Rewards login page. Now your child has a username and password that is special to them only, and I've already given them that, so please ask them for those access codes. And once they give them to you, you will enter them here and hit login. And immediately you will be brought to your child's homepage. You can see up here, this is their username and their account. For the purposes of this activity, the only part of the page that you will need to access is log your reading. There are other things to explore, redeeming rewards. As you add up more and more minutes, you can get a joke or something sort of fun in addition to reading the extra minutes, but these are not required at this time. This is the only part that I want you to focus on. So when you get to this page, click Log Your Reading, and it will bring you to the child's home page. Now I have filled in some information for this child so that we can see what it would look like. Over here you'll see their stats, tells you how many hours they have logged so far this year and how many pages they have read. It gives you a reading level. This is not based on skill level or grade level. This is based on the number of minutes that they have logged and then the book that they are currently reading. So this child is reading Lois Lowry's Number the Stars. Then to the right, you will see under My Reading Log that it lists all of the reading that they have done, the date in which they read, the book they were reading, the minutes, and pages. So when you get here, you will want to log new minutes. And up here, you'll see Log Reading Time. You will click on that. And it will give you various things to fill in. Up here is the drop down for which book you are reading. Now, if you have already been reading a book for a while now, and you've already entered it, when you hit the drop down, you will see it here. So if I was reading Maniac McGee still, I would click Maniac McGee. Then it would give me the reading date. Now you are able to go back and put in minutes for previous days. Let's say you're keeping track of it on a piece of paper and you come here to add it in later. It will have a little drop-down calendar. So I could enter minutes for April 9th, for instance. I would click on that. Asks you how many minutes you read. So if I read 20 minutes, that's the required reading. You can always do more. And then the number of pages that I read. Now down here it says comments. So maybe you might want to say, I had a hard time reading today. Today because and it'll even tell you what you spell wrong. Tired. And then down here it says, did you finish the book? Now if you did not, then you would hit no. If you did finish the book today, then you would click yes. Now once you click yes, new windows will open up for you. So you can rate the book, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars. Say I call it 5 stars, thought it was a great book. And then you can enter your book review. This was a fabulous book. I highly recommend it. Oops, sorry. I enjoyed reading about characters that had real depth, and the adventure was very exciting. And then if I am happy with my review, I would click Save. Now, as soon as you log your reading, it will bring you back to the original page, and you will see they show up chronologically. Here are my comments. And I can enter more time if that was not the only day. Now, if I finish Maniac McGee the day before, I may need to add a new book to my library. So under here you'll see Add New Book to my library, and I will click there. And it will bring you to a search engine. No need to change the bottom part here, just leave it as is. Search for your book. So let's say I started reading Shiloh, and then I would hit Find Books. Even if you spell it slightly incorrectly or just put a few letters, it will give you a list of possible books. And I need to find the one that I was reading. So Shiloh by Phyllis Naylor. And I would click right here. Now when you click on the book, over here it will show you buy book from Amazon. I ask that nobody click over here. Just like at school, when those little windows come up, we never click on any links, just the one that we are intending to go to. So right here you'll see a picture of the book that I want to add, and I just hit Add to my library. And immediately you will notice that it goes over here in the drop-down window. I can click the date, April 13th. I read for 25 minutes, and I read 20 pages. I think this is going to be a good book. I love reading about animals. And did I finish the book? No. Then I can simply save. Again, you will notice that it logs right up here. And as the teacher, I have access to see exactly how many minutes, and it puts it into a nice little graph for me so I can see how many minutes you're doing each week. And then we can use it to discuss improvements, what kind of books you're reading, and really jumpstart some conferences for us on how your independent reading is going. You'll notice at the top there are some other tabs. If you click on My Library, it will just show you the books in your bookshelf that you have been reading, and you can just sort of scroll over them. Tells you if you liked them, number the stars, how many stars you gave it when you finished it. And eventually, as the year goes on, we can use this to write reviews and actually share in a reading circle where we here are all the reviews for the books that we read. You can print these, we can share them within the classroom, and really learn about what each other is reading and what we enjoy, and really get some great discussion. And hopefully as the year goes on, we will talk a little bit more about reading circles and how we can recommend books to each other. But I just wanted to give you a brief introduction of how you can log your reading and what that will look like this year. Now, don't fear if your child has limited access to the internet. The classroom computer will be available from 8:15 to 8:25 when they enter in the morning to get some of these things entered as well. So thank you for coming and viewing my tutorial. When your child is done logging, make sure that they hit the log out button up here, and it will bring you back to the home page. Thank you very much. Bye.